The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
There's a blood trail behind every treasure.
This place holds so many secrets.
I believe this thing is cursed.
Oh my God!
This treasure's worth millions and millions of dollars.
We got something.
What is it? Metal.
Are you seeing this?
That's man-made.
Check this out.
Definitely Inca.
It's a massive treasure. No one in history has ever had a better shot at finding it than us.
Wow, that looks so cool, and I'm really excited to have her back on the show. The scientist on Treasure Hunt, Boulder's own Megan Haney-Greer. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, so last time you were on last season, Snake Island was off the coast of Brazil, and you ended up in the jungles. This season, is it Paraguay?
Yeah, so we're kind of up in the arm near Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina, and so this time we are not just confined to one geographic location like on Snake Island. We are all over the place and basically just following where the clues lead.
Okay, what do you do this season? Come on, give me a little
I'll tell you
hint.
this. We had a very successful mission this time.
You did?
I did, yes, we did. And I can't say how much or exactly what. Can't do spoiler alerts, right? But it was a very successful mission, and it won't disappoint in the excitement and the danger category. This time, our dangers are so diverse.
Wow.
And very dynamic. So on Snake Island, we had the basic, the snakes, which were
everywhere.
deadly, but they were everywhere. This time, we have the snakes, bigger, more defensive, and we've got the stuff in the water. Oh my gosh, the
piranhas,
diving.
right?
Yes.
So how do you pick these locations? Do you all get together and say, this is what we're gonna do? Because if I was there and I was the girl, I'd be like, oh, heck no, it's not happening.
Well, it's really that we are following the breadcrumb trail. We are finding markers and we are following the clues that we are uncovering. So it really is not up to us in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Because our mission there is really looking for the treasure of the Trinity.
Wherever it leads you.
Wherever it leads us.
What were the toughest challenges you faced during this expedition?
Well, let's see. It's really twofold. So a big challenge is the sacrifices all of us on the team and the crew down there are making to be away from our lives.
Family,
We're
yeah.
taking a big chunk of time out of our lives, and everybody's making a sacrifice. So of course it's hard to be away from the family and loved ones back home. And then also the challenges that we're facing every day. So we are dealing with, my expertise is in the diving realm, and that was the biggest thing that I was brought on the team for. And really the dangers that I was encountering in the water as the dive master and really heading up the underwater exploration, I was dealing with low to zero. Low is being very generous.
Really?
I couldn't see anything underwater. I mean, it was like diving in chocolate milk.
And you're thinking that's where the treasure is, so that's why you have to go there.
Yeah, there were many reasons why we ended up having to go underwater, just with the changes over time to the landscape and what we were dealing with the different clues that we uncover. So I was dealing with the zero visibility, the currents in the rivers, because I'm diving in the freshwater rivers in South America, which in its own right, the little microorganisms in fresh water in the rivers in South America that you can't see are one of the biggest dangers.
They could kill you, right?
Right, and then you've got the debris coming down the river, just, at Mach 5 speeds, and we've got piranha and caiman.
How do you what do you rub on you to make sure piranha doesn't bite you? Like, how do you fight piranha?
Right, it's, the animals in the water are dealing with the same challenges that I am with the zero visibility, so they obviously have different sensory systems to deal with that. So they are attracted to commotion underwater and things that are putting off the vibrations, i.e. me underwater looking around and doing, my search and discovery dives. And there really is no silver bullet, so to speak, but Jeremy Whalen, our kind of MacGyver on the team, he came up with some really innovative, him and Cappy, they get into their, the mechanics of things, and we're down in the middle of nowhere, so we don't have a whole lot of materials or access to, good workshops and things, but they were able to fabricate some things to help, help me out.
What makes you and drives you to do something like this? I mean, she has great hair, right? You could be at home doing Pantene commercials, but instead you're like swimming with piranhas.
Well, I am definitely driven by adventure.
Yep.
I live by it. I feel, really stretching out into and beyond my comfort zones. It makes me feel alive. It taps it taps into the core of who I am. And even more so now that I'm a mom, I have my little boy who's 3.5 and my stepdaughter. And for my husband and I, it's really, really important to lead by example. And a big part of that is being true to who you are and your passions and what you love to do. And
I mean,
That's
it
what
is
drives me.
exciting, I have to admit.
It is, yes.
Talk about, I heard there's a curse that's happening with the Trinity treasure. Is that true?
Well, so some on the team are more suspicious than others about the curse. It is definitely rumored, to have a curse following it around, and it has a very, as most treasures do, it has a very sordid past. So there's been a lot of lives lost, a lot of bloodshed, a lot of battling over this treasure throughout time and throughout history. And there are things that we're encountering that, I think for all of us, we end up scratching our heads going, okay, so I don't want to become another victim of the treasure of the Trinity.
Can you explain, just in case there's somebody watching and they didn't get to see season 1,
Sure.
what is the treasure of the Trinity?
The treasure of the Trinity in today's world is a treasure that was lost long ago, kind of disappeared off the map, and it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars in today's world. And it started out belonging to an Incan king, and Alexio Garcia, with a large band of Guarani people back in history, traveled and acquired the treasure, and then it has changed hands throughout history, though, so many different times. So it's been in the hands of pirates and the Portuguese sailors and the Jesuits, which a lot of the markers and the clues that we're following are left by the Jesuits.
My goodness.
And they are masters of deception with, they're the masters of the red herring. So it's challenging.
Well, I cannot wait to watch season 2. Thank you for giving us a sneak peek.
Absolutely, and I definitely encourage, I've got a lot of new adventures coming up and always have those irons in the fire. So MeganHaneyGreer.com is my website. And
Very nice.
Keep up to date.
All right, you can connect with her and make sure the treasure hunting team, they're at it again. You got to watch it, you guys. Colorado's Megan Haney-Greer. She takes big chances for the hope of big rewards. Watch as she braves the treacherous waters and jungles of Paraguay on a quest for the treasure of the Trinity, a legendary hoard of Inca gold worth nearly $400 million. Watch the premiere of Treasure Quest Snake Island Season 2, November 4th on the Discovery Channel.